Jill, Elise, Michael. He was proud of all of your accomplishments of everything you did. Michael.
On behalf of my sisters Elise and Jill, my mother, and my family, we want to thank everyone for coming today. Thank you for coming to honor my father today. Thank you for coming to remember and celebrate his life, as we also mourn his passing. You knew him as Bill, Billy, William, Doc, Dr. Levin, Grandpa, Zaggy, Grandpapa. To me, he was just that. I have to be honest, my father's health had been declining the last several months, so much to the point I knew I'd be where I am right now at some point. Yet I don't know how to share so much from such a rich life just in a short time here today. Where do I start? Where? I have been at a loss for words, so please bear with me. Most of you already knew my father. You knew him as a friend, a relative, a physician, a teacher, a father. You know him for his warm words, his levity, his humor. His humor. How many of you have had a joke told by my father? I don't think we should repeat some of those jokes here in the sanctuary. I really don't know where to start. My memories of being a small child in the pool in his arms, spending a lazy day in beautiful Miami. He called Miami paradise. He absolutely loved it here. I'd moan to him about something, the traffic, the weather, the this. He would look at me and exclaim, "This is paradise." He lived at Paradise Point. He loved the city. He loved it so, and all its offerings. There's countless memories. The condo in the Keys, his boat, the Rio Rita. The Rio Rita that it took friends and family and I out for so many voyages. He had several boats, but only one Rio Rita. Can't tell you the amount of times I had to jump in the ocean to clean those props out to get us going. The boat was one of many of his passions. Boating, snow skiing, golf, working out, teaching, eating, sports, theater with my mom so much. Going to Vail, going to Colorado, Vail, Aspen, so many times. He and I last year went to Vail. Can you imagine that? An 80-year-old man who had battled lung cancer. Skiing. Are you kidding me? He was simply awesome. The hundreds of Dolphins games we attended, from a very small boy up until the very last season. We especially loved the Marino years. Talk about the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Man, the Dolphins make me cry. He took me to National College Football Championships, the Stanley Cup, Super Bowls, World Series, Grand Prix, the Olympics. And the list goes on and on and on. Last year I was able to pay it forward using my tickets, where we went to Game 7 of the NBA Finals, where we would see the Heat win. It was epic. A father and son moment, simply epic. He turned me on to great foods. Amongst our favorites, you may want to hold your ears on this, Rabbi, they're not all kosher. Tasty cakes, Philly cheesesteaks, hoagies. The hoagies and cheesesteaks in Philly, they were all about the bread. He would tell me that every trip to Philly, as though it were the first time, the bread that makes the hoagies and the Philly cheesesteaks, was all about the bread. And of course, his all-time favorite, Joe's. But I guess what I should really do is talk about him. William, Bill, Billy, Doc, Zaggy, Dad. I grew up as a youth in the 70s and the early 80s here in Miami. As you can imagine, I gave my parents all they could handle. We need an entire service just to hear about my confession. Listen, I see some of my friends here that were the accomplices. I see you guys. Thanks for coming. Can you imagine, with all that I put him through, my father never yelled at me. Never yelled at me. Just one last thing. I want to take what my father brought to me and make me a better person. Oh, I'm sorry. This has been a little bit difficult. I missed a page. It's very important. With all that my father gave for me, he never gave up on me. He never stopped believing in me, never stopped supporting me, never gave up on me once. Not once did he ever give up on unconditional love for me, nor anyone in his family. Even when I thought I had given up on myself, he was always there, always ready for me to try again, so he could show his support. My father and I were close, quite different, but close. He saw my struggles, my sacrifices, my mistakes, but never gave up. Never. He only wanted happiness for me. I could be a doctor, a lawyer, a businessman, trash collector, burger flipper, a motorcycle shop owner. If I was happy, so was he. He couldn't be any prouder to have his daughter Elise as a UM Law School graduate. He was also especially proud of our elder sister Jill for carrying not only just the doctor's name in the family, but that of an osteopath. He was immensely joyed by having 4 loving, healthy, brilliant, articulate, and adorable grandchildren: Katerina, Sam, Mason, and his little baby Mia. He was loved, and he loved. There is nothing like that love, the love of a child to his grandpapa, Zaggy. I can close my eyes and still feel his joy. And no matter where he was, if he was with my mom, he was always the proudest man in the room, the proudest man to have the woman of his dreams by his side for so many years. You were his rock, Mom. You cared for him. You brought him back to life. You gave him life. You were his life. To you, Mom, you are the crown jewel among all jewels. Today is such a special day, not because we mourn for my father, but because we can all judge and celebrate all that he has given to all of us to so many. As a physician, a teacher, a friend, a son, a father, a husband, brother, a grandfather. We all shared in his essence. So while yes, we mourn, we celebrate to have been blessed by being brought together today in all that he means to each and every one of us. I still want to know how you remembered all those jokes. I think he knew how hot it was going to be today. That was his last joke. Just one last thing. I want to take what my father brought to me and make me a better person. I want to be better than I was yesterday. And I want to make sure tomorrow I work to be a better person than today. If the opportunity arises, I will make a difference. I will help others, inspire others, simply be a better person. And if the opportunity doesn't arise, I will seek it out. I will remember my father. I will honor him. I will seek to help make this a better place. No matter how big, no matter how small, I will make a difference. I will be better than yesterday. I will be better tomorrow than I am today. Bill, Billy, Doc, Grandpapa, Pops, Dr. Levin, William, Zaggy, Dad. I love you. And thank you for all that you have done for us while you were here with us. Thank you.
The words of children, they bring blessing to parents. Your lives shall